The Bahá'í Faith, a religion like no other. A faith founded on the core principles of unity, it is the only religion that brings together the Muslim and the Christian communities, uniting them under one roof for worship. At the heart of the Bahá'í Faith lies the belief in Baha'u'llah, the divine messenger and manifestation of God for today.
Away from the others, away from Muhammad and Jesus?
No. Baha'u'llah, okay. In simple terms, Baha'u'llah is the return of all prophets.
Is the return of all prophets. And he becomes one person now.
Yeah. Baha'u'llah means the glory of God.
The glory of God. Wow. Which language is that?
Baha'u'llah is
Born in Persia, modern-day Iran, the Bahá'í Faith traces its origin back to 1844 with the teachings of the Bab, the first messenger to announce the return of Baha'u'llah. The Bab's mission can be compared to the John the Baptist in Christianity, heralding a new era in spiritual understanding. Today, I had the privilege of visiting the Bahá'í Temple in Kisasi, a vibrant suburb of Kampala. There, I had the opportunity to speak with Aloysius Lutwama, a dedicated teacher at the temple, to learn more about this faith and the teachings that guide its followers. So what are the pillars of this faith? What is very key for you in this faith?
Yes.
I am a Christian. What's key for us is Jesus Christ and knowing Him. That's everything. Once you have Jesus, you have everything. What's the pillar? What's the backbone of your religion?
Yeah, the background of our religion. As you have said, you have asked the pillars. You can call the principles.
The principles, yes.
Governing the Bahá'í. That Bahá'ís we are trying to put into our minds. That we are believing in. Is Bahá'ís leave alone the principle of unity, which stands on its own. Remember I said Bahá'í teachings also unity. Yes. So even these principles Bahá'ís we have considered one. Bahá'ís believe in one message.
Bahá'ís believe the crucial need facing humanity is to find a unifying vision of the future of society and of nature and purpose of life. This explains why the Bahá'í religion opened their temple for both the Muslims and Christians to worship communally or individually. Any faith can come here.
Yes,
a Muslim can come.
Yes.
A Christian can come here.
Yes.
Catholic, Anglican,
yes.
Even born agains can walk in here.
Yes.
So you allow anybody from any faith to come in.
This house of worship is
for purposes of individual worship and prayer, the Bahá'í welcome anyone from any religion to pray and quietly meditate at the temple. In the temple are holy books from different religions and faiths, and the worshippers are free to recite any of their choice as they pray. The communal prayers on Sunday are a combination of scriptures from many faiths, chanting, poetry, singing, and drums, with meditative pauses in between.
So communal prayers in Uganda only came on Sunday here in Kampala. But you never know, because Baha'u'llah didn't give a specific day that Baha'i they are supposed to say, or you are supposed to say prayers on this day. No, he told us, he said that Baha'is every day that we were supposed to say prayers. The way you feed your body, your physical body, the way you feed your soul. So we in Baha'i faith, we say prayer.
At the Bahá'í Temple, worshippers embrace a unique and inclusive practice. Each individual chooses a book to read and recite prayers from their own religion or tradition or any book of their choosing. But it doesn't stop there. Worshippers don't just recite their own prayers. They come together in unity, sharing prayers from the holy books available, whether from the Quran, the Bible, or other sacred texts. One of the most powerful prayers recited is the Lord's Prayer, given by Jesus Christ, a reminder of the shared spiritual heritage that transcends religious boundaries. In the Baha'i faith, it's not about the separation of beliefs, it's about the unity of all people, finding common ground through prayer, reverence, and love.
Yes. Why not if I'm happy? So, on Sunday, it's when prayers are said together. But you have the three institutions. And these three institutions, they are the one who give us in terms of they give us guidances. But basically, they give us guidances in line with the teachings of the So they don't give us guidances when they have to first consult, they have to first see how Baha'u'llah about this. So, if at all they want to give us a message or the guidance, so they refer to the teachings. They say listen. Then, so one institution that is in charge of organizing the prayer is called.
Asked about the do's and don'ts, Alozia says the Baha'i, like all the other religions, have got laws and regulations, but most of them are common and not unique to only the Baha'i faith. But what stands out is that they have marriage laws which permit one man to have only one woman. It only gets interesting when it comes to tithe and offertory like the Christians. For the Baha'i, you only pay tithe or offertories as contributions to the growth of the faith and facilitation if you do not have any debts. Anyone with debts or has not paid any of their bills is not obliged to pay offertory or tithe.
I'm Peter Ismail. I serve at the House of Worship in Kampala. So in Uganda we only have this temple, and it's the mother temple for Africa because it was the first to be built in the African continent. In Africa, we have basically there are three temples, Bahá'í temples, Bahá'í houses of worship. One here in Kampala, another one in Matunda Soi, Kenya, and then another one in Kinshasa, DRC. And there are plans to build others in other countries in Africa, like Zambia, Malawi, Cameroon.
So there are only three in the whole of Africa?
There are only three.
And this was the first to be built?
To be built, yes.
Okay.
And this one was built from 1958 to 1961. Yeah. And the Baha'i faith is, first of all, a world religion. There are many Baha'is in the world. And also in the world, in the continents in the world, there are also different Baha'i houses of worship. The Baha'i house of worship rises up about because of the presence of some Baha'i contribution towards the betterment of societies in an area, and then there will be a need for the construction of a house of worship where everybody in that community can use for the purposes of prayer and worship. So how the Baha'is maybe get how the Baha'i faith gets funds is basically through the generous contributions from the Baha'is themselves. So those funds, to be able to contribute to the Baha'i fund, first of all you have to be a Baha'i, and to be a Baha'i you have to be 15 years and above, and you declare that Baha'u'llah is a manifestation of God for today. But also there are some conditions that, for example, that make it possible for you to contribute. So one is you have to be free of debt. You don't have to be in debt. If you have debt, you first sort out your debt, and then you can contribute. And then the money has to be from the right sources of getting it, has to be from the right source. So this contribution is not like done when people are saying their prayers. It's done between the individual and God. But there is in every area where there are Baha'is, there are people who are supposed to receive this fund. And when you contribute, they acknowledge the receipt of it and give you a receipt. So it's also accountable to the institutions of the Baha'i faith. Yeah.
So there's nothing like offertory, nothing like tithe.
So in the Baha'i faith, it's instead of tithe, it's called the law of it's called hukukula. If I translate it to English, it's the right of God. The right of God. There, it's basically 19% of your what is left after you have expensed everything you need. That 19% of that, you give it as it's the right of God, because definitely we are here to serve and worship God. That is one of the main purposes of our creation. And this, primarily the purpose of this hukukula, or the right of God, one of it comes to the construction of temples. Yeah, so it's used to, and it's also used to have a balance in the extremes of wealth. So people who are a bit more wealthy, the Baha'is who are a bit more wealthy, are able to contribute about 19% of whatever they have, and it brings about that balance. So the faith uses it to help everybody in the community.
That's it for me. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this, be sure to hit the like, share and subscribe. See you again on the next one.